What's good? It's your boy J Lucas Nutrition. We'll be talking now about the top supplements to support weight loss. This shouldn't be an end-all, be-all, or shouldn't be looked at as a magic pill. You still gotta put the hard work in, be physically active, and eat a well-controlled, balanced diet. But on top of that, to give you a potential benefit and enhancement for your weight loss effort, you may want to consider trying some of these supplements. Now, with supplement use, you also want to use caution because there could be a lot of fake products, fillers, and poor quality products that are put together. You can use references like NSF certified, informed choice for sport, or utilizing some other references that we can talk about in email if you have more questions. But let's start out with my top 5 recommendations of supplementation for weight loss. First, we have protein. This is the foundation of the diet, can help keep you full, which can subsequently reduce your total calorie intake and help preserve muscle tissue while you're aiming for weight loss. When we're losing weight, if we're not eating enough protein, we would likely be losing some of our muscle tissue, which is very important because muscle is more metabolically active than your fat cells. So you want to retain muscle by eating enough protein, which will help to keep you more full and will help your body to break fat down instead of using protein as an energy source from your muscle when you're in a calorie deficit, right? So protein is one to consider. Number 2, stay full with fiber. Fiber is going to come from your non-starchy vegetables. You could also use a supplemental source of fiber, like psyllium, for example. You're probably going to get around 8 to 9 grams of fiber in psyllium, which is a very high amount. Psyllium can play a role in enhancing your feeling of fullness, and I would recommend utilizing it, say, 2 times per day between meals to help suppress appetite and to help, again, give you that feeling of fullness to reduce overall calorie intake. Number 3, you can consider something called 5-HT or 5-hydroxytryptophan. Sounds kind of fancy, sounds kind of scary. However, research shows that there may be a benefit of taking this 5-HT supplement, which can help with suppression of your cravings of carbohydrate foods. So taking it in between meals may be an effective way to help with suppressing appetite. Again, it all comes around tricking the mind state so that you can reduce calorie intake, which would subsequently lead to a weight loss effort. Now, there may be some side effects to consider and some potential interactions with drugs like antidepressants or other factors, which I can give you more details if you comment or email. Additionally, we have caffeine, which is a product that we're accustomed to. Many of us drink coffee. It's one of the most commonly used substances for those who are working every day to help give us that mental clarity and focus. Heck, I had a cup of coffee today myself. What's also funny and interesting about caffeine is it can help support weight loss as well by activating adrenaline, which activates another process known as hormone-sensitive lipase, which can help break down fat throughout the day. You want to aim for about 100 to 200 milligrams of caffeine per day in order to get that goal, and you don't want to go over 400 to 500 milligram of caffeine, depending on your sensitivity, so that we don't increase that risk for tachycardia or increased heart rate. But you'll find that there's a lot of supplements that are fortified with caffeine for weight loss effort, and you could also just drink a couple cups of black coffee. Of course, be mindful of the sugar content if you like to mix your coffee beverage, as well as how much cream you might put in those foods. But caffeine is a supplement that has been suggested and has been shown to help support a weight loss effort. Last, we have a product known as Yohimbine. And this is a product that comes from the bark of an African tree, I believe, and has been shown to have somewhat of a similar bit as caffeine, where it increases your adrenaline, your epinephrine, which helps with supporting an increase in your thermic effect, which can support a weight loss effort over time. You have to be careful about how much you take, the product you take. If it's coupled with another product, you have to be mindful of the dosage, but at baseline you need about 2.5 milligrams to start with, and you would work your way up. If it's a single product that's by itself, not coupled with any other products, you can give yourself up to 7.5 milligrams per day. But if it's taken with something else, you need to adjust the dose, not to go over 15 milligrams per day. But here are some supplements that you can consider. Do your research, look at resources such as examine.com, a non-industry source for knowledge on these particular supplements, and it can help guide you in your recommendations. I could always give you more specific tips and suggestions if you comment below, subscribe, and email, and I'll be happy to give you more evidence-based recommendations, some meal plans, or suggest other resources to help you in your goal. But here are our top supplement recommendations for weight loss: protein, fiber, 5-HT, caffeine, and Yohimbine. Have a good one.